formerly known as Twitter, has recently made an announcement which has many people around the world worried. The owner, Elon Musk, has announced that the app's blocking feature will now be removed. This means people you may have blocked due to harassment, trolling, and many other reasons will now have access to you once again. Musk says instead people can mute those they don't want to hear from. But how does this protect users against harassment or stalking? Anna Collard, she's a content strategist at KnowBe4 Africa, joins us now for a little bit more on this. A very concerning development, Anna. Good afternoon and welcome to today here on eNCA. By the way, is this now in effect, this blocking feature now no longer being available, or is it still yet to come?
No, it's still yet to come. And, you know, judging by Elon Musk's behavior, it might also not happen. But let's see. But he was quite vocal about the blocking feature not making sense, that users should rather rely on the muting feature, or that they possibly make the muting feature a little bit more powerful. So at the moment, it's still, everything is as it is. But the fact that he announced that blocking doesn't make sense and that they want to take it away, I find it, as you also quite rightly said, you know, I find it very concerning, particularly if you happen to be someone that might be in the public domain or has been harassed in the past.
What are the big pros and cons?
I don't see any pros, to be honest. In fact, like, even if you look at the Apple and the Google sort of T&Cs for any sort of apps that they allow in their app stores, they quite clearly say that you have to have the ability to block unwanted content, whether that's user-generated or other accounts. And that's one of the prerequisites that I think might maybe be a stumbling block for Musk. I know that he's not one that likes to play by the rules, but I don't think he wants to take on Apple and Google just yet. So that could be one of the, you know, I think one of the sort of stumbling blocks for that to actually happening, because I mean, I assume they could still enforce it on the web version, but if you have the app on your phone and you get the app through Google or Apple, then their T&Cs quite clearly say you have to have the ability to block. Because I know that, you know, particularly, unfortunately, if you're female, even worse if you are female and of color, we are being targeted more online. In fact, there was a report, which is now, it's a couple of years old, but I still think it's quite valid, by Amnesty International, that came out, I think, in 2017 or 2018. And they said if you're a woman of color, you're 85% more likely to be harassed online than a white woman. And, you know, anyone that's a journalist, a politician, a writer, anyone that's sort of using social media for work will know what it feels like to be harassed online, because, and it's awful.
Yeah, because the current blocking feature means whoever is harassing you or stalking you can no longer see any of your posts or comment on them or forward them or reply to them in any shape. But when it's muted, they can still check you out.
That's right, and they can still send you death threats, or any sort of other horrible content. It just means that you won't see that. But you know, that makes it even worse in a way, because you may not even know that they post something on your wall. You won't see it, but other people will see it, and they can still very much see and read what you're doing, comment on it. It's just that you won't receive direct messages from them, but they can still use the public sort of content that's available and comment on it, and like I said, you know, send you all sorts of abusive material.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Elon Musk was clear about if you did this, what could it actually mean? For example, you had blocked somebody before, and now they take away the blocking feature. Does it mean those people who had blocked previously can now access your post and see your post, or will they be starting from a zero base going forward?
No, exactly. I think it hasn't been, it's not clear whether those previously blocked accounts will become unblocked again. I mean, something that we do know is from the point that he took over last year in fall, I think, that the online harassment has gone up significantly. In fact, they've counted, there was another researchers at the Network Contagion Research Institute, and they said that there's been a quite significant rise in anti-Semitic tweets, a 500% increase in the use of the N-word. So, and this is all from Musk taking over and reinstating some accounts that were previously blocked. What he's also done is he's dissolved the company's Trust and Safety Council, which was like, that was formed to sort of help the company deal with harassment and free speech and find that balance between the two. And he just sort of fired them. So it's very strange to me why he does that, and why there's this disregard to people, particularly from minorities, females, and any sort of group that is generally being more harassed online, then he has no regard for those.
Yeah, there are a number of options, I guess, and it's a choice issue. I have chosen to be an XX. I've left X. I'm no longer there. I just, because with Elon Musk, you never know. So I made a personal decision, and I just did not get even this X thing. So I'm an XX now. But other options would be for people to consider other platforms. For example, I don't know from your experience as a content strategist, Anna, because I mean there are people who've built this huge presence on Twitter, which is now X, with millions of followers across the globe, and some of them have managed to monetize that presence. But with Elon Musk changing the rules and even getting rid of an ethics committee, that brings about a very big question about this X platform now.
Yeah, 100%. And it's for people that rely on it for their network, rely on it to, distribute content. And I mean, personally, I'm not a fan of it. I have to be on it for work, but I'm much more comfortable on LinkedIn, which is a more professional kind of network where people are nicer generally. And but I've used Twitter or X as a information source because a lot of in our space, like the cybersecurity space, a lot of the research are on there, and they have, like you, a lot of them have actually moved off the platform to Mastodon, or now there's also now the whole Facebook, so the whole fight between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, with them launching Thread. To be honest, it's a personal choice. Like you said, I love the XX approach, but for some people that have to rely on it, they can't get off. Let's just be cognizant that you might have to pay. You might have to pay to be able to have rights on it.
Media houses like ourselves have to use the platform because our viewers interact with it for now. But it's a challenging one. Well, we'll have to wait and see if this blocking feature will still be there, or it's going to be replaced by what Elon Musk wants. We'll watch this space. Thank you for your time this afternoon. That's Anna Collard. She's a content strategist at KnowBe4 Africa, just unpacking this comments by Elon Musk that he wants to do away with the blocking feature of the app and replace it with muting. Lots of concerns now being raised about how can you protect yourself from potential abusers and people who harass others on this platform. Well, I'm an XX.